Hello, everyone. This is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. Okay, how are you guys doing so far? You have made it to day number 5. I've made it to day number 5. I'm the one doing all the work here. Anyways, I hope you are enjoying yourself. Welcome to day number 5 of my Christmas wreath week. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you how I put it all together. Today I am using that 14-inch wire wreath frame again. I found this chunky yarn at the Dollarama. It's nice and chunky and comfy cozy. I also have this 2.5-inch wired ribbon. It's burlap with a little bit of glitter on there. And some red Christmas bulbs in different sizes. This cutout that I got from the internet, I just typed in royalty-free cat silhouette. Some black foam core. And today I'm going to use pencils, scissors, ruler, and my Sherbonder glue gun. All I'm doing is I'm just going to start off gluing my yarn to the wreath frame with a little bit of hot glue. And this week you'll notice that I did a lot of wrapping the wire wreath frame. So I do a lot of deco mesh in my previous videos and in previous wreath videos. And I wanted to do something a little bit different this week, kind of showing or even showcasing how you can do a wreath without having to use a lot of deco mesh or no deco mesh at all. So all I'm doing this time around is just wrapping it with this chunky yarn. At the very end, once I am all done wrapping it, I just cut off the excess and then I'm just going to glue that little tail in place and kind of hide it within the yarn itself. And I'm just going to throw a little bit of glue gun down there and then just hold it in place. And once it's done, I have a comfy, cozy yarn wreath all ready to go. It's so comfy. And I'm going to make my bow today using this burlap ribbon. It's 2.5-inch burlap ribbon. And I'm starting off cutting 2 pieces at 18 inches. Then I'm going to cut another 2 pieces at 15 inches. And then the last piece, I'm going to cut at 4 inches. Now these will make the bow, and this 14-inch piece that I'm about to cut will make the tail of the bow. So I have 2 at 18, 2 at 15, 1 at 14, and 1 at 4 inches. The 14-inch ribbon, I'm going to fold in half and dovetail at both ends, and that's going to create those beautiful dovetails like a finishing touch. And this 14-inch is going to be part of our bow, but it's going to be the tail part. And to start off, I'm taking all the other pieces that are 18 inches long and 15 inches long, applying a little glue at the ends and curling them up to make little loops out of them. And those 4 pieces are just for the portion of the bow in the center, and then this is going to be the center portion of the bow that holds it all together. I'm just folding it over into thirds, and then to make our bow, I'm just going to take those little loops, squish them down in the middle a little bit, glue that together, and then those are going to create the loops at the end for our bow. And then I'm going to glue those 2 pieces together on an angle, hold it there for a little bit, let it dry, and then I'm going to continue working on my other 2 pieces, doing the exact same thing. Just gluing it down, holding it in place for a little bit, and just continuing on to the next one until I have all 4 of them glued down and ready to go. A nice, simple, easy method to create a bow. If you're not comfortable with bow making, this is a great little method to use. And now the final piece is our cable tie to tie it all together. And I only tie it a little bit, and then I squish the center, and then I tighten it up, just such that I know that the bow is laying flat and it's nice and centered. Then I'm going to take that little extra piece, throw a little bit of hot glue on there, attach it through the back, and then I'm going to pull that piece all the way around. And just hold it there for a bit till the glue dries. And then I'll take my tail, fold it in half, scrunch it down, create my center point, and then I'm going to place that right in the back of the bow and attach it with some hot glue. Once that's there, I'm going to wrap that little piece all the way around again, making sure it's nice and secure with my hot glue. And once it's dry, I'm going to chop off that excess. And now it's time. Well, we all know what time it is. It's bow fluffing time. And if you've watched my channel before, you know I absolutely love to fluff bows. And today this bow turned out so great. I just love how it turned out. And we're all set to place that on our wreath. First, I'm going to cut out our template for our little kitty cat that's going to play with our Christmas bulbs with the little paw in the air. And like I said before, I just got this template off of the internet. I just typed in royalty-free cat images, silhouettes, and then this came up and I thought this was perfect. So all I'm doing is cutting it out, and I just printed it off on an 8.5 by 11 piece of computer paper. And now I'm going to trace it onto my black foam core. Now, if you have cardstock, anything that's really stiff, you can use that as well. I just had some excess foam core, and I decided to use that. And to cut it out, I am just tracing the pencil line with my X-Acto knife, and I'm moving fairly slowly. I just want to score it first, and then I'm going to come in and do a deep cut to make sure everything is cut out and it comes out nice and easily. And once that's done, I'm just going to trim off the edges a little bit, and we have our little kitty cat all ready to play with our Christmas bulbs. And speaking of Christmas bulbs, here I am trying to figure out the placement and how I want to do everything. And I decided, you know what, I think I'm just going to put the cat down. So I'm going to put some glue on there and just put her down on the wreath frame. And it's glued right to the yarn. And then I decide I'm going to use twine to attach the bulbs. So I'm just going to tie the ends here to attach the bulb, cut off the excess, and then I decide where I want to place the bulb. And once I do that, I'm just going to wrap it around the top and glue it around the bottom and the back side as well. And then it just kind of hides in there with the yarn at the back, but nobody's going to see the back, so it's okay. When I come to the front, I decide to add a little more glue down just to make sure that bulb hangs where I want it to. And then I hide the twine in between those pieces of yarn just by fluffing it up a little bit and pressing it into the glue so it stays. And there we go. We have our first bulb. And now I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to use the smaller bulbs and the big bulbs. And what I do end up using is just the larger bulbs. So I just end up attaching the 3 bulbs. And now we're attaching our nice bow with our glue gun. I'm just going to throw some glue down on there, find my center, and then I'm just going to place that in there and separate those tails so we can see our bulbs. And lastly, I do want to do something with those small bulbs. You can see I'm playing around with them, but they're just rolling all over the place. But then I decide, you know what? I am just going to put these down here right by the cat, kind of like they've already caught all these Christmas bulbs and they want more. So now they want to play with some more Christmas bulbs. So I just glue those down on there, and we have our finishing touches on our cat playing wreath. And here we go. It's all hung up with the yarn, our little cat silhouette with its paw reaching up to that Christmas bulb, trying to get it. As we all have had cats in the past, or if we have been previous cats owner, we all know cats love the shiny and sparkle of the Christmas tree. Thank you so much for joining me today for another great episode of Wreathmas Week. Don't forget to click that playlist down below in the description box, and that'll take you to the other episodes. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you joining me. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.